remarks on cleanup efforts following last night's storm.
Deputy County Executive for Parks and Public Works, Brian Schneider. We have the Deputy Commissioner of the Office of Emergency Management, Joe Tremarchi. And I want to thank Joe and his team. The Office of Emergency Management was fully activated last night. We also have with us Department of Public Works Commissioner Ken Arnold and Police Commissioner Patrick Ryder. So we use the word unprecedented so much these days that it's become a bit of a cliche, but I can correctly and accurately say this was an unprecedented deluge last night. So since we've been collecting data, since the Weather Service has been collecting rain data since 1941, we had 3 inches of rain in 1 hour on the North Shore. That is the most amount of rain in 1 hour since these records have been kept. So it truly is an unprecedented rainstorm. We now know it seems so deceitful. The ground is dry, the sky is blue, the sun is shining, but we have many residents that are now dealing with the aftermath of Tropical Depression Ida. I've been in contact with the governor's office, and I want to thank them for extending any resources that we may need. I know the governor is coming to tour some of the most damaged sites a little bit later today. We've seen serious flooding and ponding due to the heavy rains on the roads with poor drainage. We did have our DPW crews out yesterday making sure that the drains were clear. But with so much rain falling in such a short period of time, it's like having 10 pounds in a 5-pound bag. It just can only drain so quickly. But I have to really thank our dedicated OEM and Department of Public Works and our police for working through the night and are still working to address and assess and repair damage. So the flooded roads, down trees, etc. There are a number of roads that as of about an hour ago were still closed due to flooding or down trees and wires. Those are Frost Mill, Wolver Hollow, South Service Road at Shelter Rock Road, Herricks Road from Shelter Rock to Hillside, Marcus Avenue at Meadow Farms, Shore Road at Tappan Beach, Plainview Road at Northern State, Searingtown Road from Old Searingtown to Herricks. So as you can see, the deluge really hit the North Shore. The peninsulas got walloped last night. So far we have reopened North Service Road at Shelter Rock Road, Seacliff Avenue, which is flooded, Laddingtown from DeSoris to Weirs, Kissam Lane from Glen Cove Avenue to Glenwood Road, and we're going to have some significant problems going forward in Glenwood Lane, in Glenwood Landing. There was a significant washout there, utility issues. One side is open, but we are going to have to do some serious work down there for a while, so I wanted everyone to know. Power outages as of about 9 o'clock this morning. There were about 2,000 in Nassau. The North Shore, of course, had more than the South Shore in terms of power outages. I have been in contact with the leadership at PSEG Long Island, and they are assuring me that they're working hard to resolve these residual issues. There are continued delays on Nice Bus because of the road closures, and so they're working on the detours. Also been in contact with the Long Island Railroad. Port Washington line is suspended east of Willets Point. Oyster Bay line suspended east of Locust Valley, and all else is running as scheduled. So I want to give a huge thanks to our Nice Bus operators and our Long Island Railroad workers for keeping things going, keeping people moving as quickly and as safely as possible. So total rain in the North Shore was about 5 inches, a little shy of 5 inches, significantly less on the South Shore. Down trees, but not a significant amount. Stormwater basins north of the Long Island Expressway were overflowing or at capacity. That was starting to subside as the rain let up, as the sun came out and things started to evaporate. Now, something we don't hear much about in Nassau County, mudslides. We are also addressing mudslides on Old Northern Boulevard in Roslyn. We have crews clearing out the mud with payloaders, but the road is reopened for travel. So I have to give a major, huge thanks to our workers here in Nassau County, Department of Public Works, Office of Emergency Management, and also our Emergency Management, Department of Public Works, our Police Department, and everyone else, IT, all hands were on deck, everyone running on all cylinders. Little data from the Police Department, the Emergency Services Unit rescued 20 cars in various locations around the county that were submerged. There were 25 weather-related accidents, car crashes. There were several disabled cars along the roadways because, when you're driving over something that looks like a puddle, sometimes it can be a foot of rain. It just can happen that quickly. So there's serious damage to the cars. There was an elderly Great Neck resident who was rescued from their home last night, and a couple rescued. They were submerged in a car in Seacliff, so our police got to them and got them out safely. So we thank them very much for that. Last night, we really value our intermunicipal relationships. Last night, the Office of Emergency Management was able to assist the City of Glen Cove Police Department that was experiencing power outages. So we got one of our mobile units up there and we're able to help them continue to function. So we thank them for that as well. We were deemed the safest community in America, and that is in large part thanks to our wonderful volunteer fire service. Our incredible first responders last night really stepped up. Multiple North Shore fire departments assisted with roadway water rescues last night due to the heavy rain and the street flooding. And they're always there for us. They're always on call, and we really appreciate the partnership. Most roads have now been drained, as you can see, but I urge residents to be careful of what might look like a little puddle, might be a lot more than that. So just steer clear, stay on the dry road as much as possible. Less than a foot of water can move a car off the road. It does not take much. So that's why we saw so many vehicles abandoned on the roadways last night. The Department of Health has issued a swimming advisory. Don't go swimming in the beach. We have it on many of our beaches, 18 beaches. There are 14 on the North Shore, 4 on the South Shore because of bacteria. And we did see on social media some adventurous souls going out there into the water in the storm. Please be careful. If the storm and the rip currents don't get you, there's bacteria in that water. So wait until the Department of Health gives you the all clear for swimming. I'm not going to go through all the beaches, but if you want to know, I can tell you. So again, it's 14 on the North Shore, 4 on the South Shore. All right, so that's all I've got. Anything I have missed? Anything we have neglected to say? All right. Happy to take any questions on this, and then we'll move on to the other reason why we're here this morning. All right, great. Thank you very much. And again, thanks to our amazing workers, Brian, Ken, Joe. Thank you. They have to get back to work. They don't waste any time. All right. I'm just going to get a drink of water real quick.
All right, everyone, you have been listening to Nassau County Executive Laura Curran giving an update on the situation in Nassau County overnight into the morning hours, with cleanup still underway all across the island, we know. But again, this update specific just to Nassau County. Let's highlight a couple of things, some bullet points that she said. Unprecedented, she said, and doesn't want to use that word lightly, doesn't want to overuse it. But